Big announcement here. Our second book, our sophomore book, Lady Secrets, Real, Raw, and Ridiculous Confessions of Womanhood, is available now for pre-order. Head over to theladygang.com/secrets to pre-order your book now. We're so excited about this. Thank you to our community who submitted all of their deepest, darkest secrets. And there's a couple sprinkled in there from yours truly and the other two dum-dums on this podcast. We love you guys so much for your support. We're so excited for you guys to read this. Head on over and order Lady Secrets at theladygang.com/secrets.
Everything is better electrified, and Hyundai has the widest range of electrified vehicles on the market, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com.
Today's episode of Lady Gang is brought to you by the new Starbucks Baya Energy Drink. With caffeine naturally found in coffee fruit, it's energy that's good. Starbucks Baya Energy Drink is available online at grocery stores, convenience stores, and gas stations nationwide.
Well, what is this?
Welcome to the Lady Gang.
That's amazing. Say that again.
The Lady Gang.
Things are about to change around here.
Each week we catch up with Hollywood's hottest girl posse, Kelty Knight, Becca Tobin, and Jack Vanek.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Lady Gang. I'm Becca Tobin here with Jack Vanek and Kelty Knight.
Good day to you ladies. Good day.
Hello, everyone. Can I just say that we, collectively, the three of us, are crushing the game?
Oh.
What game?
What game?
I just want to tell you that, the last few weeks we had the guys from Watch What Crappens, we had my depression, we had the points guy. We have, the range of Lady Gang is flourishing. We have never gotten more DMs or thankful messages about our podcast. Like, the people who love Bravo were like, oh my God. And then, I just looked at our Instagram and this other person was like, this week's episode about the points guy and the miles, my husband gets obsessed. I listened to it 3 times. I signed up for all the credit cards and I'm so excited. I didn't know people cared that much about points. I mean, we were passionate about it, but you're welcome, world. Thank you for being a part of the Lady Gang.
Hell yeah. Look at us. Dynamic, if you will.
I actually was thinking, I've been listening to a new podcast lately. I've been listening to Deep Dive with June Diane Raphael. She pronounced it Raphael.
Whoa.
We pronounced it wrong when she was on our show. Apologies.
Shocker.
Because remember, Kelty called her June Diana?
Yeah.
We just had to tackle the first name. And Jessica St. Clair, who's a hilarious actor. They're both just funny actresses and writers and all that stuff. But I've been finding that I skip the episodes with guests. I'm only wanting to hear them. And I'm curious, do you all feel the same?
Ooh.
I think they do, and they've been telling us that for a long time, and we keep ignoring them. But yes.
Yeah, but then we get the points guy and Watch What Crappens, and everybody's happy.
I think we just need to be very picky with what guests we have on, because is the guest actually going to add, or is the guest taking up time? That's where I think guests are, beneficial, but it's just got to be the right one. 6 years later.
I'll tell you who we're not having on. Just kidding. Okay,
There's
anyway.
a few.
All right, well, now it's time for...
Good week.
Yes, it is.
Bad week. Oh, no.
Who would like to begin?
I'll go. My good week is my new obsession in life is it's on TikTok. And it is the Mormon mom community in Utah. Have you guys deep dove into this?
Can you tell me? Because I'm so...
Yeah, it's a whole thing. So there's this community of these hot Mormon moms in Utah, and they got big because there's this one lady named Taylor, and she's so hot, and she kept posting these videos being like, me and my daughters, and there's these other 2 blonde hot Mormon moms. So they got big because she basically conned TikTok into thinking that she was a mom, and that she was this hot 50-year-old mom, but she's not. She's 27 or something like that. So they blow up on TikTok. Everybody loves them just because they're the whatever. I don't really know. And then they all get into a little bit of trouble because they're apparently light swingers, which means they like make out with each other's partners, but like nobody is having sex. But then this Taylor girl,
rewind question. What? So they aren't actually her daughters. They're
not her daughters. They're like her friends. They're all the same age.
Okay,
but she like, that's how they got big, because you know how TikTok just likes to be pissed about something. They're like, there's no way that you're their mom or whatever. So anyways, the drama is that she like broke this code of soft swinging and hooked up with one of her friend's partners. And they also, like, when they'd soft swing, it had to be in the same room as their partner. Like, they have to see it in front of them. So now, like, the entire Mormon mom friendship group is falling apart because all of their drama and all of their skeletons are kind of getting, like, blown to the surface because they're all doing, like, TikTok lives and just, like, spilling all of their shit. So that is the gist of it.
Tell me, can you please, on the side, send me these TikToks, because I really want to get in. TikTok's hard because it's hard to find the beginning of something.
I know. Well, you have to find somebody that like does a little summary recap to like get you in, and then you can deep dive after that. But it's
soft swinging.
Soft swinging. I didn't know it was a thing.
I'm very interested in soft swing. I would like to know from the LadyGang community, are we doing this?
Is this like something that people are doing that we don't know about?
Yeah, like is everyone doing this and we don't know, and we've been just not swinging? Like, I don't want a full swing.
But
do
like,
I want a soft swing? I'm not sure.
Do you think it would be weird if you could soft swing, but then Chris had to be in the room watching you make out with another guy?
Isn't that what it's like when you're like, happy birthday, here's another girl? Like, I've never done that.
I know, because you wouldn't be making out with a girl. You'd be making out with a dude, and I don't think Chris would like that.
Yeah.
And he's not like, it's not like he's, we're having an orgy. You're making out with your really good friend's partner in a room.
If we went in a room and I started making out with Jerry.
Exactly.
And
That's
were watching.
Exactly what it is.
Wow. I'm still into it.
Okay.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
It's not friendship ruining at all. Yeah, so I will send you guys all the TikToks to watch. It's just, that's like the drama that I love so much, because it's far enough away, but there's so much shit going on. There's a lot of information that you can really like get into the like conspiracy theories. There's all these Reddit forums about it. That's the kind of stuff that I like to like watch when I'm trying to fall asleep, because it really calms my mind.
Okay.
Other people's misfortune.
Despair.
Yeah. So that's my good week. My bad week is last week I got caught in the middle of a pepper spray crossfire. I was having lunch at Jones on 3rd, which is a nice restaurant in West Hollywood, with Haley, who does all of our like social media managing and whatever. We're having lunch, and like 5 feet away from me, out of the corner of my eye, I hear like a squirt. And I was like, that's a weird sound to be like coming from a restaurant while I'm having like a nice meal on a patio. And then within like 10 seconds, everybody else around us starts getting out of their seats, coughing. And then it gets to us, and we're like coughing up a lung. I'm sneezing all over the place. My eyes are watering. It was fucking crazy. This like string of pepper spray like permeated through the entire patio of this restaurant. And everybody was like totally fucked up from it for like 50 feet around where they sprayed it.
Who did it?
A random guy that ran away, and I don't know who it was, but the guy that he sprayed was that he was.
Yeah.
He had his shirt off. He was like throwing up. It was so disturbing. And there was no like kerfuffle that happened. I heard there was no like yelling or anything. There was just like a spray sound. And then everybody had to evacuate. It was crazy.
So it was revenge. It wasn't a fight. It wasn't a protection of, we're having a fight. I need to get out of this.
Yes.
It was, I'm coming to get you, motherfucker. Sorry. And I'm going to spray you and run. A spray and run.
That's what it was. Because the guy, he was just gone. I didn't even see who it was. That's a good point. I was wondering what was happening. It was definitely like, I'm finding you and
gonna spray you
up. Yeah.
Spray sniper.
Yeah. It was, I've never been in like the midst of a pepper spray before. And from even being like 10 feet away and it not coming in my direction, it like f***ed me up.
I used to go to this taco stand on Vine when I first moved to LA, and my girlfriends and I would always want to go. It was like 24 hours. So we would go at like 3 a.m. after a crazy night, or just midnight when we were just hungry.
As you do.
And there were always sketchy people hanging out around there. So I had a pepper spray like in my car, just as you do in your 20s. And this really creepy guy comes over and whips his dick out in front of the window, and my friend's in the passenger side. And I'm like, I think there's a pepper spray. Like, let's just get it out in case blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And she takes it out and she like sprays it down into the car to like make sure it's working.
Oh no.
Yes. And it was fucking terrible. I will never forget, because I always doubted if pepper spray could really help you if you were being attacked.
Yeah, because you're just like, it's invisible. You can't like really see anything happening.
No, it fucked us up. So that's crazy.
Crazy. I'm like, get me out of LA.
Get me out of LA. Wow. Well, I'll go.
Okay.
I have a follow-up to my poo stool sample
Oh, yeah.
saga.
Oh,
The
yes.
stool sample saga.
Well, you did have some offline text with us, so I don't know if you want to update with that. Okay.
So I'm going to update with that. So I talked about how I have to get a stool sample and how I'm so disgusted and I barely look at my own poop, and it's a horrible situation.
Yes.
So I have to get the stool sample, and I get these little paper covers to when it arrives. It's like, here's how you get it. There's a teeny tiny little tube with like a little, looks like a Coke spoon in a liquid. And you use the Coke spoon after you've pooped onto this like paper cover over it, like hangs over the water so that it catches your poop. And then you use this little scooper to do 3 little pea-size and shake it into the water. So I text Kelty and Jack a picture of myself wearing sunglasses because I don't really want to be able to see it too clearly, and a mask because I don't want to smell it while I'm handling poo. Mm-hmm. So then I get back to them a few minutes later and I say, uh-oh, my poo went straight past the paper. I didn't really make sure that my butthole was lined up enough over the paper. It was too far forward, and so it kind of went back and like...
So it wasn't like, it didn't fully cover...
No. It was like a hammock.
It was meant to like, it was like a hammock for your poop?
Yes.
And it was paper? I feel like a certain type of a poop would just like break the paper.
And mine kind of did, because it hit the back and it gave it a little tear, and then it went right back into... So it goes into the toilet, and I'm like... And so I have to just let that one go. And I noticed that there's no other papers, that they gave you 2. And I did a layer because I thought the same thing about the paper being too light.
It needs plastic. Like,
yes, but the reason is because it's flushable. So you don't have to like go back to the drawing board.
Oh, yes.
Since I've found better poop catchers, because what I then had to do was go on Amazon to find a poo catcher that could catch my poo so that I could send this kit back. So they should have sent like 15 pieces. How much could those papers cost? You know what I mean? It's just, it pissed me off a lot. So I order an Amazon thing. It comes in the mail, and I'm like dreading this. I'm totally dreading this. I'm very regular. I have a poop every morning, and I just like, plan ahead. I'm going to poop. I got one that was more cardboard feeling, but it also is flushable from Amazon. Okay. Came with 2. And I'm like, great, I'm going to do it. I put my whole gear on. I go poop. And I get my scooper, and I'm doing the thing. And I'm like, yes, this is a success. And then I noticed that my hand has like a liquid on it. And I'm where is this coming from? Where is this liquid coming from? And I look at the tube that's filled with liquid, and now 3 pea-size portions of my feces, brown mud water. And it's because the cap on the test tube had been cracked.
Oh, no.
So now I have poo water on my hands. I have poo in a cap that I don't know if I can send it back or not. I thought about taping it up. I thought about doing all these other things. And then I was like, no, I can't possibly send a leaky poo liquid
Biohazard.
the U.S. Postal Service. So I have to do this again.
What was this for again? Like, is this worth it?
I mean, I don't know anymore. I don't know. It's for a gut. Oh, I should start off this in case you're catching up and you haven't heard. I'm doing this at home gut biome DNA test to see like what foods are inflammatory for me because I have psoriasis all over my body and I just want to know what I'm eating that's triggering it.
Yeah.
Is it like an Everlywell or one of those?
No, it's called Viome.
This is
Paris Hilton's The Investor, remember?
So what you're going to do it again?
I have to contact them and say, can you please send me another poo water
vial? Why didn't you
vial?
put it in another jar inside jar, and just send it off?
Because what they sent me is a prepaid label that's like the size of a, small check. So I have to keep it in that size. It's pre-post. And I also just have a little bit of like a bad feeling knowing that someone on the other end is going to open that up and see.
You're respectful. She's a respectful pooper.
Dookie water.
It also would be contaminated. They're not going to take something that's leaking and taped up. Then all the tape, like DNA is getting into the poop. Like
That's
it's a
the
whole
thing.
thing.
Like, your problem is anthrax.
Yeah. And I just,
Like, you have plastic in your body?
I can't believe that I have to poop again on another piece of paper.
Yeah, that's
Do you get
unfortunate.
freaked out at Ford's poops? Sorry, not to make it all poop.
I was also going to ask that question.
No, because right now it's like it's not solid. I get disgusted when kids get older and they have like hard poops in their diapers. That is a really hard thing. That's not
coming
there.
in your future. Mm-hmm. Inevitably.
But right now it's kind of like, it's liquid. And when I have diarrhea or like a liquidy poo, I can look at that much easier than a solid poo.
Well, that's enough poo talk for today. We'll let you keep you updated next week. I have a bad week for the millennials. Okay, so allegedly the teapot pose is out.
Ah, yes, I've heard.
And the raptor is in, which is bad news because the teapot is where my arm looks the best in a photo.
What's
now, the teapot,
raptor?
you'll know, is when you have one, here is my handle, here is my spout. So when you're taking a photo, you always want to be on the end, or like Becca and Jack's in the middle, and then Becca and I are on either side, and each of us have our arm up because it makes your arm look the right shape. It gives you a nice shape, gives you a window to your soul through the teapot.
You want triangles in pictures. Everybody, they say triangles, and then you put your hand on your waist.
It's like you don't ever want to do a red carpet and have both your arms down by your side because then you're just like pushing that armpit fat forward. Like there's just like a whole synopsis. That's not the right word to this teapot pose.
Mm-hmm. Science.
So now the teapot is out and you have to raptor, which is like you kind of make little claws and then you put them in the front of you, like just a little front. I'm going to stand up.
Oh, you're like kind of holding your hands in the front of you.
You're like raptor pose, like you're just kind of casually.
Oh, like a
we used to call it
blogger.
vagina pose on television because you'd be like, well, let me tell you the news, but now you raptor.
I see, yeah, like celebrities do that on the red carpet, I feel like, a lot of the time.
Like cool celebrities like Zendaya on the Oscars red carpet in her little cropped shirt. She would never teapot. She was just raptoring.
I feel like that's not good for daily use, though. I feel like if you're on a red carpet in like a couture gown, that's like how it's going to work.
And you're Zendaya, yeah.
Yeah, and you're Zendaya.
I'm not sure that I'm going to give up the teacup because it's been tried and true for me, but just letting everyone know, allegedly, it's very uncool to do teapot.
I think it's really unfair that our generation has to be like the butt of every joke now that social media moves so quickly.
Yeah.
We didn't sit around making fun of Gen Xers for all the little tiny bullshit things that they did.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
like,
so
nice
insecure
butterfly
these
clips.
days.
I already wore those 20 years ago, you loser.
Right. I'm so insecure these days. Like I'm like, well, what? I don't even know if I'm putting my hair in a ponytail in a cool way anymore. I'm fucking sick of it.
I know.
So hard.
It's hard being a millennial.
It is.
And
Okay.
also, their style sucks.
It does. I went to Coachella. I saw it in real life. Yeah.
Okay, so here's my good week. I'm up in Canada and I've been dealing with the mental illness ward at the hospital, and it is so, I mean, now that we're in, it's so joyous. So many, many years ago, there was this Oprah book and this guy wrote, and he wrote about being like in the ward, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was like really epic, and all the stories were amazing.
And he lied about it.
What?
He lied about it.
Is that the Million Little Pieces?
Yes. James Frey or whatever. It was like a big lie or whatever. I feel like I could write the follow-up to this. So when you're like, what's really crazy about this hospital stay is that there's 28 people, and it's all ranges of people, right? And there's people that are addicts. There's people that are, like struggling with medication. There's people there's all kinds of people. And I'm like, I need to be a friend to all of these people. I'm like, I've taken it on me. Like, let me bring onion rings. Like, I don't care what's going on. I'm going to say hi to you in the hallway. I'm going to do everything. So my brother and my brother's doing great. Just an update. He's really like crushing. And I'm so happy. And so we're sitting in the hallway, and this guy comes by that we haven't seen before. And my favorite thing is just be like, hey, how are you? How are you feeling today? And I'm talking to this guy, and I was like, and he asked my brother, like, what are you in for? He's like, oh, I'm resetting some meds. And the guy, I was like, well, what are you in for? And he's like, oh, I was walking across the city. and my brother goes, well, walking's not a crime. And the guy goes, I was nude.
Oh my God.
And it's so sad. And like, I'm sure there's all this trauma behind it, but like, it's shit like that I'm like, you know what? God is funny. Like, that was really, my brother's like, I don't know, man, walking's not a crime. And he's like, yeah, I was nude. And then walked away. It was really funny. So anyway, I'm really enjoying myself up here. That's about it.
Wow. Maybe you should write the follow-up. If anybody is going to also pretend to be in a scenario that's dramatic and traumatic, it's going to be you.
I love how we're like, didn't the guy lie? And Kelsey's like, yes, I could write the follow-up. Like, you're just like in it. You know you're lying. You're going to pretend it's true.
Don't care.
Like, yeah, no.
Your story is not my story.
By the way, let me just tell you this is like a side of the bad week. That's a bad week. There's a lot of therapy in this program. And I was like, oh my God, pet therapy. Like, I'll definitely come hang out and like do it. But it's not a time that I can go. But I was like, oh my God, pet therapy. This is going to be amazing. Like, I was like, Matt, take a picture of the pets and send it to me. It was a fucking poodle. I'm sorry. I enjoy a poodle a little bit, but like, if you're going to do a therapy dog,
It's
you're going to give
hypoallergenic.
me a poodle?
It's hypoallergenic.
Yeah,
I don't enjoy a
but
poodle.
like, I was expecting 6 tiny Labradoodle puppies or something. Like, you're not going to make me feel any better with a bitchy poodle.
Listen,
Sorry.
as
Listen,
the
some
mother
people
of
like poodles.
as a mother of 2 half poodles,
Yeah.
I think
Poodle's great.
they're a wonderful breed.
Half poodle is amazing. I love a cavapoo, a mukapoo, a foo-foo-foo-poo. Like a
Was it
full-
at least a small poodle, or was it one of
No,
those
it was
huge
one of the
ones?
big poodles.
Standard
that had,
poodle?
Like,
Those are crazy looking.
Yeah.
like, that is not a cuddly dog that you're like, let me get some of my stress out with. Like, that is a stressful dog to look at. It looks like it's going to bite you. Anyway, when we come back, we have so many things to talk about.
Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. So have you ever experienced burnout? Working too much, not taking enough time for yourself? I know that I have. It's when I'm not sleeping enough, when I'm burning the candle at both ends, when I have a lot on my plate and I feel like there's not enough time to do it. Life can be really overwhelming, and many people are burned out and they don't even know it. Symptoms can include lack of motivation, irritability, fatigue, and more. For me, it's irritability. That's where it really rears its ugly head. We associate burnout with work, but that's not the only cause. Any of our roles in life can lead us to feeling burned out. So BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. Talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing stress in your life. So I really am such a big proponent with therapy in general, and I am obsessed with the fact that you can get help, and it's so accessible with BetterHelp. It's customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't even have to turn on your camera. You don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/ladygang. That's betterhelp.com/ladygang.
So excited to tell you about our sponsor, Daily Harvest, and their new product, the crumbles. Daily Harvest has been a podcast advertiser for a long time. So we started with the smoothies, then we moved on to the flatbreads. And it may have been a while since you ordered, or maybe this is your first time ordering it, but crumbles are the jam, especially for the summer season. We all know that eating plant-based is good for us in so many different ways. And the crumbles are kind of like, how I would describe it is like ground beef, but there's no beef. It's like ground beef that you can put in a sandwich, a sloppy joe, on top of a pasta, in a lettuce wrap, like all this stuff, but it's just plant-based for the savory, delicious sort of source of protein. So it's all plants, nuts, seeds, lentils, no scientifically engineered anything. And you can use it in so many ways. It's my go-to protein for when I'm cooking. It's great on rice with veggies. It's great in a stir fry. It's great in an omelet. They're just so good. So give crumbles a try today. If you haven't, go to dailyharvest.com/lady to get up to $40 off your first box. That's dailyharvest.com/lady for up to $40 off your first box. dailyharvest.com/lady.
Fun fact, Coors introduced the first recyclable aluminum can in the 50s and later introduced cash for cans, kicking off aluminum recycling in America. Now they're removing plastic rings entirely and using a new, more sustainable cardboard wrap pack instead. So we've always loved this chill beer, but now it's even better because they care about the environment. According to National Geographic, 91% of the 8.3 billion tons of plastic produced since the 50s still isn't recycled. That's why Coors is committed to becoming the largest beer brand in North America to remove plastic rings by 2025, eliminating 400,000 pounds of plastic waste every year. All major Coors Light breweries are zero waste to landfill, meaning 99.99% of waste is reused or recycled. They've reduced nearly 24% of their carbon footprint, saving over 1.2 million metric tons of CO2 since 2016, and saved 1.1 billion gallons of water since 2016. That's roughly 1,700 Olympic-sized swimming pools. So reach for the beer that's made to chill and made for a more sustainable future. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/lady. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This episode of LadyGang is brought to you by Ritual. Ritual's Synbiotic Plus contains 2 of the world's most studied strains, and it is an amazing probiotic. If you're wondering why I need a probiotic, probiotics help with everything: your gut, your digestion, your metabolism, your skin, your hair, your gas, your bloating. I mean, probiotics are incredible. This product really is more than a probiotic because it's got prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics. It's just a single nested, minty little capsule that you take. I take all my vitamins at night before I go to sleep. It's super easy to streamline your gut support. And they also have this delayed release capsule. So it's designed to help get all the way down into your colon so that when it releases, it's really getting in with the good stuff. So Synbiotic Plus and Ritual are here to celebrate, not hide your insides. There's no more shame in your gut game. That's why Ritual is offering all of our LadyGang listeners 10% off during your first 3 months. Visit ritual.com/LadyGang to start Ritual or add Synbiotic Plus to your subscription today. Ritual.com/LadyGang.
Now back to the Lady Gang.
Okay, we're back. So,
Are you like just like on the brink of burping this whole episode?
I can't breathe.
Why? Oh, because the allergies.
Allergies, and I have a halls. Okay. All right. So now I want to talk about this episode. So everything that happens in the LadyGang Facebook group is what stays in the LadyGang Facebook group, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, we have all these mods and you're not allowed to screenshot and you're not allowed to share. But the Facebook group is probably the greatest gift because it has been, the conversations going on in this Facebook group have been the greatest I've ever seen in my life. And I want to poach some of the topics to get our opinions on what the ladies are talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, search the LadyGang on Facebook groups. There's like 33,000 people. You got to answer some questions to get in. But I pulled out some of my favorite topics for us to give our opinions so that everyone would know.
Perfect.
Okay, here we go. Number 1, dick riding tips, please, because I'm not good at it at all.
Dick riding?
Dick riding tips.
Like being on top? I don't know. Haven't been in a while.
Yeah.
I don't know either. In a music video, it looks like women are so good at this, but I don't know that they are.
I'll give you a tip. Here's a tip. And it requires low effort. which is amazing because I feel like, especially if you're in a relationship for a while, like you're not trying to like impress by like a great dick riding. It's if the man is lying down, maybe like propped up like their head a little bit, and then you're on top facing away. Like say if you're doing like doggy, but now you're lying down, but then you're also lying down on them. So you don't have to be bouncing on top. You can kind of just have a lay down, and it anatomically works really well and like feels good and is low effort for both parties. So that is a tip for you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
So is he in like a crab walk position?
No, laying down. Like this is your head.
Oh, okay.
And this is your feet. And then you're like saying maybe like propped up a little bit. There's the dick. And then the woman sits down like this and then lies down like this.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called, but it works.
The fact that your nail is so long on that show is very upsetting. There's the dick.
Yep.
Okay. This is just a comment that I want us to comment on. I told my boyfriend, I never love you more than right after you take a good picture of me. And he was like, you need to keep things like that to yourself.
That literally sounds like something I would say. And Jared would put it in the next quote book that he makes for me.
No, I really want to read that quote book.
I got a new one.
I know.
I got a shit my fiance says.
Is there good things in there?
Yeah, there's pretty good stuff.
Megan, who is one of my best friends, she worked on Glee, like on the production side of things, and she kept an entire notepad of crazy shit we all said on set.
That's amazing.
And we went through it like about a year ago. It was A, incriminating. I mean, we could all be canceled. B, just like you forget things that you said yourself. So it's like exciting to hear that. Did you have that experience? Because I certainly did.
Oh my God. Every single quote that I had in this book, I was like, are you kidding me? This came out of my mouth. That's probably why I haven't shown any of them, because they're crazy.
It's probably why we get so many bad reviews on this podcast.
Maybe. But everybody says crazy shit that just kind of like flies out of your mouth and you don't realize how like funny it was. And then it's just like lost in the ether.
Chris collected them before we got married and then said a bunch of them as his wedding vows. He was like, I love the woman who says, I don't like a lot of air. I was saying, like, I don't like a lot of air conditioning in a room, but he was like, I don't like a lot of air. And then I was like, I don't like old water. Well, that's like factual. Nobody likes old water. But anyway, you know, or where water once was. He's like, Earth. Anyway. Okay. Next topic. Hello, ladies. I'm back again. My husband finally admitted to downloading the dating app while away for work. So do you consider downloading a dating hookup app but not making a profile cheating? I say yes. He claims he deleted it as soon as he realized this wasn't right.
I've got news for you. He probably had the profile and he was probably doing more than he was leading on. Right?
I would enjoy making a profile just to see if I could still get it. Because I'm a narcissist.
You know,
like, is there any difference between that and like being on the airplane when we were flying to New York and there was a hot guy and I was like hitting on him, but I'm married? I mean, I wasn't hitting on him, but like I was like acting like a fool.
I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but I think that you have to question like why.
Yeah,
why?
it's like the intention.
Mm-hmm. Curiosity. I sort of understand what Kelty's saying because I often think that I could have crushed on a dating app because
me too.
I take great photos and you can't tell how short I am in them.
Like, I believe if I was on Raya, I could have married a massive
John Mayer. Like,
when Emma on Selling Sunset was like, Ben Affleck hit me up on Raya, I was like, I could have been Emma.
But Ben Affleck hit everybody up on Raya.
Did he hit you up on Raya?
I don't think that we were on Raya at the same time.
I was going to say, I think it's probably been a while since he's been on it.
But you guys also have never done online dating.
Right.
And I think that, like, as somebody that has, I don't miss it at all because it's pretty bleak. I guess it's like nice for the
attention.
Yeah, for the attention. But I don't know. Your partner, your husband doing that, I feel like that's worse than like innocuously flirting with somebody on a plane, in my opinion.
Yes.
Like,
it's yeah.
You
It's
just want to see
active.
what's out there, though, or no?
I mean, I wouldn't do it, but that's because I'm happily married. Zach wouldn't do it because he's happily married. Like, he's also not a dirtbag. I think maybe you are with someone who's a slight dirtbag. That's okay. You can be married to a slight dirtbag. We all almost got married to slight dirtbags.
There's a lot of slight dirtbags out there.
It's not my favorite pastime for him to be doing in his free time, but I think sometimes curiosity kills the cat, or whatever. How do you say that? Is that the saying? Curiosity kills the cat?
Curiosity killed the cat. I think it's like, in his case, he shouldn't have been curious because it could have killed the marriage.
Yeah.
When you're running a small business, every second counts. You can't afford to waste a single moment. So why are you still taking time out of your day to go to the post office when you could be using Stamps.com instead? Stamps.com makes mailing and shipping quick, easy, and cost-effective. We have used Stamps.com from almost the beginning of LadyGang, and that's how we send all our merch. It saves time, money, and stress. For more than 20 years, Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses. Stamps.com gives you access to all the post office and UPS shipping services you need right from your computer, and you get discounts you can't find anywhere else, like up to 30% off USPS rates and 86% off UPS. Plus, Stamps.com works seamlessly with Shopify, Amazon, Etsy, eBay, and more. Stop wasting time and start saving money when you use Stamps.com to mail and ship. Sign up with our promo code LadyGang for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter code LadyGang. Happy shipping!
This episode of LadyGang is brought to you by Nutrafol. Nutrafol is an amazing hair regrowth system pill vitamin, and I've been taking them for over 3 years. I really believe this is one of the secrets to my hair grow back success. I lost my hair due to a thyroid situation, but also people have post-pregnancy, stress, hormones, just aging in general. So if you're someone that's seen the ads and thought, yeah, but am I being duped? Does this really work? Take it from me. I wouldn't lie to you. It's Kelty hair. My hair is very important to me. Nutrafol does work. You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and entering our promo code LADY to save $15 off your first month subscription. This is their best offer anywhere, and it's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time, plus free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code LADY. It really works, and make sure you go to Nutrafol.com and use our promo code LADY.
Today's episode of LadyGang is brought to you by the new Starbucks Baya Energy Drink. With caffeine naturally found in coffee fruit, it's energy that's good. It's crafted from caffeine naturally found in coffee fruit, as well as antioxidant vitamin C. Includes 3 delicious fruity flavors: mango guava, raspberry lime, pineapple passion fruit. It is a refreshing fruit-flavored boost of feel-good energy in a way only Starbucks can deliver. Each 12-ounce, 90-calorie can contains 160 milligrams of caffeine. And I am obsessed with drinking these in the afternoon because I really don't crave coffee in the afternoon, but I need a boost. I'm dealing with a baby. If you just need that little afternoon kick or the morning kick and you want to reach for something that's naturally found in coffee fruit with antioxidant vitamin C, Starbucks Baya Energy Drink is where it's at. So Starbucks Baya Energy Drink is available online at grocery stores, convenience stores, and gas stations nationwide.
Everything is better electrified, and Hyundai has the widest range of electrified vehicles on the market, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Their turbocharged engines have quiet, rapid acceleration, and you can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump and in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Or you can be like me and get the Kona, which is 100% electric, and I love my little Kona so much. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
You're listening to the Lady Gang.
Okay, this next one is for you, Becca. Just curious from you ladies, did your husbands change diapers or help out a lot with the kids? I hear these stories about guys not changing any diapers. Is this a myth or true, and how did you handle it?
I have heard...
Very hot topic.
It's a hot topic. I have heard, and I have friends acquaintances whose husbands have never changed a diaper. Mm-mm. You know, I have opinions on this now that I'm in it. If you set up your marriage, and these people, this is how their marriage was set up. The man wants to work. All he cares about is work. You marry him knowing all he cares about is work. And he says to you, if you want to have some kids, I can have some kids. But just so you know, that's like going to be your job. And my job is not going to be doing the kid thing. And a lot of people have that arrangement. And if it works for them, it works for them. And vice versa. I know a lot of women who are now the breadwinners and the husbands are doing most of the diaper changing. However, I also think that until you're in it, you don't realize that that guy going and working crazy hours and doing whatever he's doing for work does not compare to how fucking hard it is to be home with the baby. So women, you may think that that arrangement sounds good because you're like, yeah, he's going to go off and make the money and I'm going to stay home and take care of the kids. That's fair. Well, I challenge you to spend
do a swap.
Do a swap. He would die. He would fucking die. So men should just know that I don't care if they're curing cancer. I don't care if they're surgeons. I don't care what they're doing in their day job. It does not compare to being at home responsible for little humans 24 hours a day. So if your husband's a deadbeat and you didn't have that arrangement, if your husband was like, let's make a baby, I want a baby, and then you didn't change a fucking diaper, you better start changing diapers. You got to hold out. You don't have sex with him. You don't touch him. You don't look at him. You don't speak to him until he changes a diaper.
You make yourself a dating app, go do the thing.
Raya.
Yes, Jack.
Go match with Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. I love that you know nothing about Hollywood, that she said Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Affleck. All right. Would it bother you if your husband's friend showed him nudes of the girl that he's hooking up with?
No.
I mean, I think that's a little bit of an invasion of privacy if the girl that's nudes are being shown to the friend. Like, I'm mad for that girl.
I always kept in mind when I was shooting my nudes that it would be going out to a few friends or being seen. And I was like, this better be good. It's a performance.
And you know what, Becca? They were seen.
By the free world. The internet's super highway.
Yeah.
I think it would be weird. I will say there's like one kind of weird thing. So, our friend Alex is married to like a model. Oh, Josephine, who was on the show. And like during the Victoria's Secret heyday, Alex was always going around with all the models. And then Chris would be around with them and then follow them on Instagram. He doesn't follow anyone on Instagram. And I would look over in bed and it would be like bikini pic, bikini pic, bikini. And I do want to say that in my soul, it didn't feel good, even though I'm very confident in our marriage. I was like, I don't really like, why? Don't you want to look at this? Like face mask with a rope curl? But it was weird.
Yeah, I think it's weird. I mean, it's weird because like I don't care if my partner's like watching porn or like doing any of that. Like, and so you can get your rocks off that way. But like, I guess when it's kind of in your social media feed where that's supposed to be for friends, I feel like that's where it gets a little bit weird, and it's just getting like thrown into your face when you're supposed to be like interacting with people Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last one. Here we go.
That did make me think of something though.
What?
Moving to Texas was like the best thing ever because when you would be out in LA, there would be so many beautiful women with the most enviable bodies and faces. And I love you, Texas, but it's not where all the beautiful people live. So I never really have to worry.
In LA 4 at Texas
again.
9.
I get to be hot again.
Yes.
This is where you should come to retire.
Oh, well.
Yes.
And by retire, I mean the 36-year-old actress that's retired.
Okay, last one. Would you be upset? This was a very, very big conversation. Would you be upset if your spouse said your blowjobs were just okay? During some playful banter before heading to the bedroom, my husband said my BJs were okay. This immediately turned me off and actually hurt my feelings and also halted any further bedroom activities. Now, I never thought of myself as having exceptional BJ capabilities, but I was shocked that he would say something like this. I would never think to say something like that to him, even if it was true. How would you feel in this scenario? What would you do?
Honey, you did it the right way. You don't get good at the shitty jobs.
That's right. Paris Hilton had a really good quote about this. And it's like, if anybody asks you to do something you don't want to do it really shitty so they never ask you again. Or like there's something
Bingo.
like that. Also, like, then I won't do them. If they're so okay, then I guess you're not getting any more.
Yeah, that feels like a neg.
Well, then the next thing in the comments, everyone was like, well, try pulling on his balls, try doing all this stuff. And I'm like, first of all, I don't like someone that has a critique without a solution. Okay? Don't come in here and be like, your face is ugly. Come in and be like, hi, my name's Dr. Diamond. Your face is ugly. Let me give some filler under your eyes. You know what I mean? Like, give me a solution. So I think it's very rude for him to say.
It's super rude.
It's just okay. Like, if I was with someone and their fellatio or whatever the you call it was not great, I would say, you know what I love so much is what I want to try. Or we've had sex with Emily on 100 times. That's what you do. You don't just be like, they're just okay. Like, no. You be like, I love when you give me a blowjob, but also please stick a finger at my bum or whatever it is that you're into. I don't know. But like, also, it's rude to not give a constructive criticism.
And also, sex is so subjective and what people like are also different. So maybe her okay blowjob was phenomenal for somebody else or it might have not been. It just depends on how much effort you're really putting into it. But it is true. It's like sex is such an intimate, like vulnerable thing for people, even if you're married, that you don't want somebody like saying that you suck at it without offering any sort of a solution.
Maybe you should just say, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble because your dick is an awkward shape.
Or yeah, you know what? You can, yes. It's time to flip the script and gaslight him.
Or that's not what that guy said last weekend.
Or I'm not used to doing BJs on such small dicks.
There's so many ways that you can turn this back around on him.
We're so
tell
mean.
him that him going down on you fucking sucks. It probably does because most men suck at it. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure there's some truth to that you can go and offend him as well because that's really rude.
Assholes.
We're so mean. We're awful. Don't listen to us. We love you. We love our Facebook group. Thank you for letting us give our 2 cents on the community of plights. I hope you loved our advice. Your blowjobs are wonderful. And
don't forget to touch the balls.
See you next Tuesday.
A little tug, doesn't hurt anybody.
Thanks for listening. The Lady Gang is produced by Alex Ingber, Steve Delameter, and Jared Monaco. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. And if you love it, share it with your friends on social media. Like, oh my God, I just listened to Lady Gang. This episode's so great. Swipe up to listen. And if you really want to, which we know you do, please follow us on social. At Kelty, at Becca, at Jack Vanek, and at The Lady Gang. Sign up for our newsletter at theladygang.com and join our secret Facebook group. It's super fun. See you next Tuesday.